Hello, welcome to Mountain Craft Studio. My name's Christine. Come on in and I'll show you what I've been working on. Okay, so last time we left off, we were looking for the world's oldest whip. I was convinced I had it. I have one that's 42 years old. It is this lovely little sampler that I started as a child. Come to find out, I am not the biggest slacker of needlework. We've already found one person, at least. I think there might even be a couple more out there still trying to get photos of their project. But we have a winner, potentially, for the world's oldest whip. And that is Kathy LaFrance. Kathy, I've been following her blog. Gosh, it's been years, right? She's Miss Effie. You'll find her on Instagram. She had a project that she started as a Girl Scout, 4-H, and in 1970. So that beats mine because I would have only been 6 months old at that time. Anyway, if you haven't posted your world's oldest whip challenge post on Instagram, go get out there and do it. We all want to see it. It's just for fun, even if it's only 2 weeks old. We want to know what your oldest whip is because we need to take inventory and find out if there's anyone else that can beat Kathy. That could be. I didn't set a date on the timeline, so I need to think about that. So if you have any suggestions on how long we should continue to look for the world's oldest whip, leave a comment below and let me know. I'll ponder that for a while. I'm just thrilled that it's not me. So I'm not one to rush into Christmas, skipping over Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is one of our most important holidays. It's a time where you need to reflect on what you're thankful for. And this year, I think my focus has to be friendship and being thankful for all the friendships that I have. Both my kids recently have lost someone very near and dear to them. And it's a hard lesson to learn at a young age. The fact that you're not invincible. It pained me greatly to watch them go through that. Anyway, that did make me realize that I need to do a much better job of reminding my friends how much I care for them and how important they are to me and that I treasure our friendship. So a while back, some friends of mine decided they were going to claim the guest rooms at my cabin by making something with their name on it and literally putting it in the guest room in order to claim that space. And they joked about it for a while. And then the pandemic happened, and it got to the point where they certainly weren't coming down to the cabin, and nobody was traveling anywhere. And so one of my friends, when it finally got to the point that we were vaccinated and I could actually see her in person again, she brought me the most amazing gift. And it is this sampler that I'm going to show here. It's beautiful. And I think it was named the Stitcher's Sampler or something like that. And she changed the wording at the bottom. It says, "Of female arts and usefulness, the needle far excels the rest, proving patience that is mine to stab something 1,000 times." And it's exceedingly funny given who she is and what her personality is like. The fact that she was able to do this and not be strapped down. It's kind of a miracle. Anyway, needless to say, this brought tears to my eyes when she presented it to me, and I can't wait to get it framed and get it hung. And so she will definitely have a space reserved in my guest room any day. So lately, I started thinking about it, and I made a lot of handmade gifts for the people that I worked with at Conner Prairie. For all of the people that were, a lot of them were at that age where they were getting married, they were having babies, and so that sort of thing. So everybody had a handmade gift, but Jenny never did. She was close to my age, than their age, and never had an event like that. And so I decided it was high time that she received her own gift. So Conner Prairie is a living history museum, and there is, she was in a position to be one of the historical characters, and her name is actually Jenny, but her historical character's name was also Jenny, and her character's name was Jenny Curtis. And so I actually have made a little work tray. This is from the Scarlet house. It's called Elizabeth Walsh's work, but I changed it to say Jenny Curtis's work in 1836. 1836 was the time period that she represented to the public. I just love this little sampler. It is so cute. I'm a weaver, so I love the overshot pattern at the bottom. It also has the little pins and needle book that goes along with it, which I think is darling. It has, I just used a little ribbon and some coordinating fabric. And then it also has the little scissor fob, again, with that same pattern. I am giving this to her in the morning, and I'm awfully excited because I think she's going to like it. This was a really fun stitch. I really enjoyed this. I think that I will do more of that pattern. It's certainly faster to weave it than it is to cross stitch it, but I loved it. I just thought that was so pretty. So that was just a little thing, one of my finishes that I'm passing on to someone else. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I give away a lot of cross stitch through the years. Some of them simply because I was just tired of looking at them. They took so long. I was like, I'm over it. But one of the things I wanted to tell you about, another exciting thing for me, is that I actually left the house and went somewhere. Very exciting. At the very beginning of the pandemic, when they were just starting to shut things down, a friend of mine, Diane, and I were planning to go to Shipshewana, Indiana for a retreat. Had our bags packed. We were ready to go. Knew exactly what we were going to work on. We were going to work on quilts and do all the shopping and all the food and everything that Shipshewana offers. And then the pandemic hit and everything started shutting down and we didn't go. So it's been over 2 years. That was the last time we'd seen each other, was the September before the pandemic. So it's been ages. And so we got to go last week to Shipshewana to a very small retreat. There were 13 of us all together. And it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. If you've ever seen those videos on YouTube or other shows where they release the wild animals from the cages, that's kind of what it was like. So I'm going to put in some clips here so you can kind of give you an idea of what we were doing. So I actually brought a little gift for Diane. The minute I saw this drop on the website saying that this was available for pre-order, I nabbed it because I knew it was perfect. This is actually Teresa Kogut's one of her newest releases. It's called Soul Sisters. It actually has the two women there with their quilted skirts, which is so perfect. And so I finished this as a pin cushion, and I gave it to Diane. It was perfect. She loved it. I highly recommend this pattern. It was a very fun pattern to stitch. So, as I said, there were 13 of us, and some of them were from years past, and some of them I just met last week. And I just wanted to say to every single one of you that that was absolutely wonderful. I had such a great time. I enjoyed spending my time with you, and I can't wait to do it again. You are all near and dear to me. Thank you so much. And especially want to say thank you to Christine, who organized the event. You are a doll. I love you. Can't wait to get together again. It's always a pleasure. So I'm happy to report I have finished my Black Sampler November project. I chose to do one of the mini Quaker samplings with my needle. It's a beautiful set of miniature Quaker patterns, and I've completed that. I used black crow as my thread. It actually is a bit of a navy almost, because if you look at a crow, you can actually see that iridescent look, and this floss just looks beautiful with that. And I added a little bit of red for the hearts, just for a little bit of color. Okay, well, it's gift making season, isn't it? If you make handmade gifts for the holidays, I'm sure you're busy trying to get things done, just like I am. My granddaughter, I said last time that I was going to make another box, another jewelry box, and I've chosen a design from In Friendship's Way by Blackbird Designs. I'm going to do the August, Dear August, I think is the name of the chart. I'm going to put her name on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the date yet. I think I may just put something other decorative in there and leave the date off. I'm using all the called for flosses. They're lovely. That Blackbird always does a beautiful color combo. And I've got a pretty good start on it. This is 32 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works. And this shouldn't be a problem getting done, I think, before the holidays. I also was able to find necklaces with both their names on them, have them custom made, because they both have unusual names. And, I remember being a kid and always wanting to, have something with your name on it. And so I was able to find those, and I'll have those necklaces tucked into their little jewelry boxes. And I think they will enjoy those. I think it's a good gift. The people, some of the people we met there for the first time, we had so much fun with. Amy was one of those people, and she and I definitely have a lot in common as far as we love all the same kind of things, same kind of projects. We tend to rescue unfinished projects and drag them home. And she had an entire tub of things that I would have liked to have had and drug home, but I restrained myself a little bit. First is a small quilt. It is just a quilt top. It needs to be finished, hand quilted, which I plan to do. And then I think I will keep this at the cabin. It's just perfect. The perfect fabrics, the perfect look for what I'm going for there. We have, it's an 1830s log cabin, so it will look right at home. And then we also have a turn of the century farmhouse. So this one is exactly what I was looking for. It's enormous. It looks like it could be made to fit a queen. It will take forever to hand quilt, but I really love it. And I was so excited to bring this home. And I'm excited to have a new friend that could be a scout for all these wonderful things. Too much fun. So needless to say, I was a little bit jazzed up or heffed up about quilting by the time I got back. And earlier this spring, I had put together the top for Sugar House. This is by Shopgirl Quilts. It was actually a kit available through Country Sampler, the Spring Green Country Sampler store. It is fluffy. I actually put in a locally sourced wool batting inside of it. I basted it on my long arm and then put the ties in, and then I'm planning to go back and do big stitch quilting on each block, just enough to hold everything together and make it look turn of the century. And then once it gets washed, it's going to look a whole lot like it was back in time, and it was original. I used this beautifully soft wool flannel on the back. I love it. I had made a quilt years ago with the same type of backing for my husband, and that's the quilt everybody fights over, even the cat. The cat thinks it's hers. But lots and lots of fun things this week, and I just am ever so thankful, and I hope that you find things to be thankful for in your life too, and I hope you have friends that you absolutely treasure and look forward to spending more time with. In the meantime, don't forget to look through those closets and find that old work in progress, and go on over to Instagram and show us what it is. Add it to our wall of shame. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hi, welcome to Map. And it made me realize that I really don't. I don't have words.